Hey, welcome back. In this episode, we'll be previewing week 1 of the NFL. First, let's go to the first game of the year between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. The Dallas Cowboys beat the New York Giants in the new Meadowlands at Life Stadium now, I guess. 24-17. In this game, the Cowboys really played well. Tony Romo was on his game. The Giants looked sluggish defensively. Giants started out slow and they were kind of lethargic for most of this game. Really being a week 1 game, I think this was a great way to open up the season. It was a close game for most of it. Then Cowboys looked like they were about to break it open. Giants score late touchdown. They can't stop Cowboys and get the ball back one last time for Eli Manning. So once again, Dallas Cowboys win over the Giants 24-17. Indianapolis plays at Chicago. Andrew Luck going up against his Bears defense in the new look offense of Chicago with Brandon Marshall, Michael Bush, re-signed Matt Forte, and a healthy Jay Cutler. This is a game that is going to be intriguing because I think for the most part it'll be close in the first half, but then we'll see Chicago break it open in the second half. I think at halftime it'll be maybe 7-10, but then this game will end up being I think maybe 24-10. I'd say 24-10 Chicago beating Indianapolis. I feel with Indianapolis doesn't need to win this game, but they need Andrew Luck to come out and just establish a rhythm offensively and try to find an identity for what they're going to have offensively this year. Next game, Philadelphia Eagles at Cleveland Browns. This is a game that I think could be really, really lopsided because if Philadelphia can keep Michael Vick upright, this won't even. I think Cleveland might be hanging around for maybe a quarter and a half, but I ultimately see Philadelphia winning this game 31-17. I think Cleveland might be able to hang around for a little while, but overall Philadelphia is just more talented than Cleveland right now. Cleveland has Scavagita playing, who was involved in the Bounty Gate, and he's going to be eligible to play, but really Brandon Weeden has struggled throughout the preseason. Trent Richardson didn't play in the preseason. I don't think they're gonna have a lot of rhythm offensively. I think they might be able to put up some points because I don't trust Philadelphia's defense, but I really think that this is gonna be a game where we see Michael Vick come out and establish himself as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. New England at Tennessee. This is a very intriguing game because New England's defense was very bad last year, and if Jake Locker and the Tennessee Titans can come out and establish some rhythm earlier, this could be a close game throughout. In New England, offensively, they're stacked. They have Welker, Brandon Lloyd, Gronk, Hernandez. They have a lot of talent offensively, but defensively they're lacking. I really see this being a game where if Tennessee can just play some pretty good defense, they have a chance. I see this game being 27-20 with Tom Brady scoring a late touchdown to put this game away. I think I like Tennessee if Chris Johnson can. I like them. I think they can win this game if Chris Johnson has 150 yards rushing. If he has a big day, they can win this game. But I do see New England pulling it out in this game. I think their defense might hold them back this year, and they might not be as good as they were last year, but they have Tom Brady, who is one of the best quarterbacks ever to play. Atlanta at Kansas City. Another intriguing game. You have Atlanta and their pass-happy offense, which really shouldn't be pass-happy. I don't trust Matt Ryan enough for them to be pass-happy yet. Then you got the Kansas City Chiefs, who get Eric Berry, Tony Moyaki, Jamal Charles, and the starting quarterback, Matt Castle back. This is a game where Tony Gonzalez is going to return to Kansas City after being traded in 2009 for a second round pick, which ended up being Javier Arenas. I think this game will be about tempo, and whoever can really get the tempo going and get the momentum in their favor first is going to win this game. I think because Kansas City is playing at home, they will win this game 24-10. I think that with their defense and the new offensive weapons they have in Peyton Hillis, Kevin Boss, Jonathan Baldwin, if he can have a better season than he did last year and be a good number 2 or even a number 3 because they have Steve Brest in there and Dwayne Bowe, this could be a really, really fun team to watch in Kansas City. So I see Kansas City winning it 24-10. Jacksonville at Minnesota. This is a game a lot of people they're not going to pay attention to. This could be one of the best games of the week simply because both of these teams are not as good as they probably want to be. Jacksonville, with their quarterback Blaine Gabbert, They've just gotten back Mauricio Jones, but he probably won't play a whole lot in this game. Justin Blackmon, Laurent Robinson, Mercedes Lewis. I think they might be a little bit better than Minnesota offensively, but that's not saying a whole lot. Minnesota offensively, Christian Ponder, Adrian Peterson may only get a few touches. Toby Gerhardt, Percy Harvin. I think this game this is either going to be a really high scoring game or a low scoring game. I see Jacksonville not winning this game. I think if they had Mauricio Jones playing this game, that they would win. But since he is not playing in this game and probably won't get a lot of touches, I don't see Jacksonville winning this game. I think Minnesota will win it 17 to 14 Minnesota. Next game, Washington at New Orleans. RG3 versus Drew Brees. New Orleans will have Will Smith eligible to play in this game. He's their best pass rusher, and that's big for them. They need him to be able to play. Then you have Washington with Robert Griffin III and the new look Redskins coming in with Mike Shanahan. I think this game could be really, really high scoring. I see New Orleans winning this 35 to 24. I think Washington will be able to hang around in the first half, but New Orleans, I think their experience and them just being a better overall team because they have Drew Brees. Drew Brees right now is a better quarterback, but if Drew Brees turns the ball over, which he has been prone to, he's a great quarterback, but he has been prone to turning the ball over. I think Washington might have a chance. So I'd see New Orleans winning this game, but it wouldn't shock me if Washington surprised them. Next game, Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets. I think Buffalo's going to win this game. I think Jets are going to struggle offensively because they don't have that they don't have that much talent offensively. You got Justin Keller, who's been an underachiever, who I think he could be one of the top tight ends, but he's never really produced. You got Stephen Hill and Santonio Holmes as your wide receivers, but other than that, you don't have a lot of depth there. Sean Green, I don't trust Sean Green. Joe McKnight, I like Joe McKnight, but I don't think he's an every down back. Jets offensively, they're really, really lacking. Defensively, they're really good, but I think Jets might have a couple turnovers, and you don't know. I think we might see a lot of Tim Tebow in this game in the Wildcat because they didn't run Wildcat in the preseason, and I think you're gonna have to run Wildcat with Tim Tebow. I see this game being close, but I don't see it being close. I'll just say it like that. I think the Bills are gonna win 28-7. I think maybe they throw in Tebow late and he gets him a touchdown, but offensively they're really lacking. I think they might turn it over if they turn it over a couple times, this could be really, really ugly because their defense isn't going to be able to hold up the whole game. They were probably the worst offensive team in the preseason. Next game, St. Louis at Detroit. This could be a fun game to watch too, simply because you have Sam Bradford coming back. You have Sam Bradford healthy with their new coach Jeff Fisher. The problem I have though is St. Louis, they don't have a lot of playmakers on their team. They get Damian Amendola back, who 2 years ago was really a big part of their offense. Had I think 75 catches or something like that. Going up against Detroit Lions and their pass-happy offense. I think this game, depending on how well Matt Stafford plays, that's gonna decide the score of this game because it could go anywhere from 38-10 or if Matt Stafford doesn't play consistently, it might be a closer game than it should be. But I think Detroit ultimately they're just better offensively and they can score. Miami Dolphins at the Houston Texans. I don't think Miami's gonna win this game. They have Reggie Bush offensively, but I don't trust their wide receivers. I don't know who they're throwing to. They throw in, I guess, the Hartline and Best Fitzano, but Fitzano's he's not Jason Witten. He's more of a block. He's kind of a big blocking tight end who can catch the football, but he's not like a Jason Witten. I think Houston's going to be too much. I think even with Arian Foster playing or not, they still have Matt Schaub, Andre Johnson, Owen Daniels. They've got a lot of guys they can go to. And their defense was one of the best in the league last year. I think this game might be 42 to maybe 7. I just don't think Miami has enough offensively to be competitive. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't see I don't see a lot of offensive talent on this team. They have a couple good running backs, but they don't have anyone to throw to. And then next you've got San Francisco at Green Bay, which could be the game of the week. San Francisco is going up against one of the worst defenses probably the worst defense in the league last year in Green Bay. That's what caused Green Bay their undefeated season, is they couldn't stop Kansas City last year from running the football in the 4-minute offense. This is a very interesting game though because San Francisco is going to have to score. I like San Francisco's defense, but they're going to have to score. If they don't score, they're not going to win this game. I think they will be able to score though because Green Bay's defense is not good. It's not good. It's bad. They added Randy Moss, Mario Manningham. They have Vernon Davis. If Michael Crabtree can actually have a good year this year, they have a chance. I think this will be a really close game. I pick it 24-21 Green Bay, just because I think Aaron Rodgers, he's going to be so efficient. They may not need to. San Francisco could run the ball, or they could have the ball 45 minutes in this game, but Aaron Rodgers is so efficient that they probably win the game like that. Next game, Seattle at Arizona. This game, I see Russ Wilson having a huge day against Arizona. Arizona, although it's the preseason, their defense wasn't that good, and Russ Wilson looked really good, the Seattle starting quarterback, rookie from Wisconsin. Arizona, they basically, I don't know who, John Skelton wins their quarterback job, I guess, but really, nobody's a winner there because they were both awful in the preseason. I thought John Skelton was going to step up and really have a good preseason and take it from Kevin Kolb. Really, I think you could have flipped a coin, and that's how they made their decision, is they just don't have a quarterback right now. They traded for Kevin Kolb. Kevin Kolb he does not look like he knows what he's doing out there. I like Kevin Kolb in Philadelphia. I thought he was a pretty good quarterback, but Andy Reid is a quarterback guru, and he really knows how to develop them. So I see Seattle rolling in this winning 20-10. Then you got Seattle then you got Carolina at Tampa Bay. This video is gonna have to be broken up into two parts. So check for the Sunday night and Monday night games in another video. I'll go really in depth on those videos, and yeah. But let's go to Carolina and Tampa Bay. Carolina Panthers coming off a 6-10 season with Cam Newton. Cam Newton, who's one of the better quarterbacks in the league last year, against Tampa Bay, who really they kind of quit on Raheem Morris the second half of the year. This is an interesting game because with all the moves that Tampa Bay made, you would expect them to come out and win this game. But Josh Freeman is going to have to be able to throw the ball deep. They're going to have to be able to run the ball too, because I don't think you want to give the ball to Cam Newton a lot. If they have a lot of 3-and-outs in this game, this could get ugly. I think Carolina's going to win this. I'll say 30-23. I think Cam might be able to put it away late. I think this is going to be a close game throughout. I think with the moves Tampa Bay made, they're going to be competitive this year, but I don't see them having a big increase in their wins. They won 4 games last year. I think they'll win maybe 4 or 5 games again because they play in a tough division, and it's going to take more than 1 year to get better for them. Especially, it all depends on Josh Freeman. If Josh Freeman can play like he did in 2010, they'll have a chance. If he plays like he did last year, they're not going to be good. It's as simple as that. All right. In the next video I'll be previewing the Monday night games. Expect that out either Sunday night or tonight, Saturday night. So thanks for listening and subscribe. Give a thumbs up. And if you hear this video and you want me to do another sport, something like maybe in college football, soccer, anything like that, I'll definitely be doing college basketball coming up when that season starts. Just send me a message and I'll do it. Thanks for listening.